27 violent ATM robberies starting in Houston and spreading to 8 states total. $2.7 million stolen. Now 27 people are under arrest, facing up to 2 decades behind bars.
It's all the result of an FBI investigation that tracked a crew of robbers who started the operation right here in Houston.
Larry Seward is live with how this crime ring got busted. Larry?
Mia, a team of police and agents, the FBI's Violent Crime Initiative, asked banks around the Houston area to protect anyone doing work on ATMs with armed security that force rip-off crews to move and eventually make mistakes. They worked in crews of 2, 3, or 4, planning 47 robberies, almost $3 million ripped off from ATM technicians ambushed in 8 states. Members of 5th Ward's Market Street Money Gang never used guns. They attacked with brute force.
There was pushing, shoving, punching, there was physical violence, and these were certainly violent offenses. It hurt people, it hurt businesses, and there was a lot of money taken from good businesses.
Grand jurors indicted 27 only because of a crackdown in Houston. In July 2017, authorities saw a surge of robberies at ATMs here. Crews even began jugging, robbing customers too. So the FBI's Violent Crime Task Force had banks protect ATM technicians with armed escorts. It caused crews to scatter, but also brought them more heat. Within 11 months, police in Laredo, St. Louis, Texarkana, and Austin handcuffed thieves. Last January, a license plate scanner helped catch these 3 driving between Houston and Williamson County. A source says one is not named in the indictment because he's wanted, along with 3 others. Their arrest is the next step. Sources tell me just last week someone stuck up someone servicing an ATM on Westheimer, a Bank of America ATM. Proof, Mia, that there are more crews out there.
Let's hope they get the rest of them left out there. In the meantime, we're thankful for this latest round to be off the streets. Larry Seward, thanks so much.